Hello, welcome everybody. Thanks so much for coming to the start of the NSE road trip in fall of 2025. Today's session is titled Best of the West, NSE campuses from the Rockies to the Pacific. We'll be starting the presentation soon. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. Please keep yourself muted, especially in the main session. We do like seeing videos though, so if you're comfortable, leave your video on. We are recording this main session, so folks that cannot make it here are able to watch it after the fact. We'll be allowing each campus to give a brief overview about their campus, and then if there's time, we'll be moving into the breakout sessions for questions and conversation. So hold your questions until the end of the session, and we will have plenty of time for that. So as I said, today is the Best of the West, NSE campuses from the Rockies to the Pacific. So these are campuses, you'll hear from a wide range of campuses from Southern California all the way up to Northern California. You'll hear from a campus on the shores of Lake Tahoe in Nevada. You'll hear also from our highest elevation campus. I had to look that up, Western Colorado in Colorado. And then we'll be heading up to Montana to hear from a couple of great campuses. So please sit back and listen. Please hold your questions until the end. And if there's time, we'll move into the breakout room so you can have one-on-one conversations with each speaker. Do want to give you a little bit of background about the National Student Exchange, first of all. We were founded in 1968. We've been around for a long time. We have over 125,000 students that have participated in NSE since our beginning. Our mission is to inspire academic enrichment, personal exploration, and student development by facilitating accessible collegiate study away among our member colleges and universities throughout the United States, Canada, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm going to show our values here as well, although I won't read it because that's a lot of text. I'll let you sit through and read it. But I really want to talk about our purpose. We really allow students to grow academically, to grow personally, and to grow professionally through this Study Away program. This is an opportunity for students to take new courses, to meet new people, and to expand their horizons. So a lot of great opportunities available through NSE, and you're going to hear about a lot of those here today. So a little more about NSE. We have 165 campuses that you can go to on exchange across the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Again, today's session is just focusing on 8 campuses that are in the western part of the United States. We welcome any major to participate in the program. I can guarantee you that we'll find campuses that offer your particular major, even if it's the smallest, most niche major. Some host campuses have restrictions and limitations or closed programs, so it is important to do your research and look on the NSE website for that information. But this is all about academic enrichment. We're going to talk more about this as well, but NSE is also built on an affordable model that really should make this program accessible to all students. You'll hear reference to these terms home tuition and host tuition. Well, home and host indicates where you pay tuition when you do NSE. Home tuition means you pay the home institution's tuition and fees. Host tuition means you pay in-state or resident rate tuition to that host campus. Financial aid is available, is transferable from the home campus. It remains applicable for students that do NSE, but talk to your NSE coordinator and talk to your financial aid office to confirm that. Also, real quickly here, some notes on eligibility requirements. Students must have at least a 2.5 GPA, sophomore, junior, or senior standing, good standing at their home campus, academically, financially, have to be enrolled full-time, have to have your home campus's approval. And I do like to note that we do welcome international students, DACA, and undocumented students in this program. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first campus. We're starting this road trip in Southern California with California State University Northridge, and Rebecca Spector will be presenting. Take it away, Rebecca.
All right, thanks, David. So as David said, my name is Rebecca Spector, and I'm the NSE coordinator at California State University Northridge, also known as CSUN. So we're located in Northridge, California, which is a suburb of the city of sunny Los Angeles. CSUN is situated in the heart of the West San Fernando Valley, which has a population of 1.8 million. CSUN is located on a 350-acre campus with a population of nearly 37,000 students and over 2,000 faculty members. CSUN is designated as a Hispanic serving institution, so we have lots of cultural events that we host at our campus. We are an easy 1 to 2 hour drive or less to visit the mountain ski areas. We have about an 20 to 25-minute drive to Santa Monica or Malibu for a day at the beach. Anywhere basically in California you would like to visit is pretty much doable as long as you have a plan. We have two major airports, LAX, which is less than an hour away with no traffic, and then we also have Burbank Airport, which is within 30 miles or less drive to the campus. Our climate in Northridge is mild to hot year-round, mostly dry. It is classified as a Mediterranean climate, which is kind of like dry subtropical climate. Today we're in the 80s. Next week we'll be dropping into the 70s, so we'll get some fall weather. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide, which talks about some of our campus highlights. So our Student Recreation Center, which is located in this first picture on the top right, it is about 138 square feet facility where you can work out and lots of leisure activities. We have a walk roll, a running track. We have trainers on staff to provide you with consultations, tons of workout classes, and any type of pickup sports game that you can imagine. And then we also have intramural fields as well. Our student life has more than 300 clubs and organizations, which are academic, cultural, professional. We have more than 45 fraternities and sororities. We are Division I athletics in the Big West Conference, and we have tons of club sports as well that you can participate in. Our Associated Student Productions put on some pretty large events to attend. We have the big show every fall semester. Last year we had Steve Aoki. This year we'll have Galantis, which is EDM music. We have a big lecture every year with guest speakers. We've had Viola Davis, Magic Johnson, Laverne Cox, to name a few. We have a farmer's market every Tuesday with fresh produce. Matador Nights Carnival type of events, silent discos, movie nights, tons to offer. We have lots of variety of food options to curb any appetite that you might have. Some pretty healthy options as well, vegan, gluten-free, halal, kosher, vegetarian. You know, we are in California. And then we have tons of courses that you can study in 65 different disciplines with notable programs in ethnic studies, deaf studies, apparel, fashion, merchandise, communication, criminal studies, kinesiology, as well as psychology. CSUN also has a dock at Castaic Lake, so we have sailing classes, water skiing, wakeboarding, a ropes course on campus, and then mountaineering as well as backpacking courses. Let's go on the next slide to talk a little bit about our housing options. So CSUN is located in a suburban neighborhood, so we have lots of residential options. But if you would like to stay on campus, our housing department does offer apartment-style housing with or without a kitchen. There are meal plans that are required if you are living in an apartment with no kitchen. I want to note that there are certain types of meal plans for this requirement. Our apartments range anywhere from $4,865 up to $6,030 per semester. And then we do have meal plans that range anywhere from $500 up to about almost $6,000 per semester. Our space is first come on, first served basis. But however, our NSE students are pretty good about following directions. So if you do follow our instructions after placement, you definitely can secure our on-campus housing. Let's go on to our last slide to discuss some more fun aspects about being in Los Angeles. So as CSUN student, you have access to discounted tickets to movies, amusement parks through our Associated Student Ticket Office on campus. You can visit attractions such as the Getty Center, tons of museums to visit, many cultural options like Alvera Street, Little Tokyo, and of course you can see a concert or show at the Hollywood Bowl. We have tons of professional sports teams to catch a game, including our 2024 World Series Los Angeles Dodgers. You can take a tour at Warner Brothers. And then our Outdoor Adventures office offers trips to the Hollywood sign, day trips to Venice Beach, Yosemite, and then also you can rent any type of outdoor equipment at low cost. So I'd love to talk to you a little bit more about CSUN if you're interested in attending. So hopefully I'll see you during the breakout session. Thanks, David.
Thanks so much, Rebecca. So I'm going to jump in just with some information about tuition for Cal State University Northridge. So Northridge does, CSUN does accept students on home payments. Again, that means you'd pay your home campus tuition and fees, but you pay room, board, and other fees to the host campus. And your chance of placement on home tuition is good, about 70%. This is specifically if you apply to do NSE next academic year, fall 26 or spring 27. CSUN also accepts students on host tuition. This means you'll pay their in-state tuition, which is about $39.25 a semester. You'll also pay room, board, and fees to the host campus. And they are an open campus, meaning if you're able and willing to do host tuition, you will be accepted as long as you are eligible. And I will also note that CSUN, unless Rebecca wants to correct me, is still open for spring 2026. So if you're eligible, meaning you're a sophomore, junior, or senior and want to do something fun and exciting, like go to CSUN for spring 26, they are accepting students on host tuition until October 1st. Okay. Thanks so much, Rebecca. Now let's hop on the I-5 or maybe the Pacific Coastal Highway if you have a little bit more time. We're going to drive north to the Bay Area and visit Cal State East Bay. Kelly, you're up.
Great. Thank you, David. Greetings, everyone. My name is Kelly Morand, and I am the NSE coordinator at California State University East Bay, which, as David alluded to, is another one of our CSU campuses here in California. The CSU system is the largest public university system in the country, and several CSU campuses are members of NSE. In preparation for this session, I reached out to our student government and asked them why students should come to Cal State East Bay for exchange. And they provided me with top 5 reasons, which is convenient since we were given 5 slides and 5 minutes to speak today. So here are the top 5 reasons you should come to Cal State East Bay. Next slide. Number 5, the most beautiful view overlooking the San Francisco Bay and the Hayward Hills. This is often my Zoom background screen. This is a shot from above our on-campus housing. The yellow and orange buildings in the front of the photo are our housing facilities, and NSE students are welcome to join and live on campus and be just steps away from Central Campus and look at this gorgeous view from the dining hall every day. Next slide. Number 4, our diversity. We are often ranked as one of the most racially diverse campuses in the continental United States. Current data is listed on this slide. As of fall 23, we're an undergraduate population of just over 10,000 students, so a little bit smaller than Northridge. And you can see there is not a majority ethnic background on our campus. We are a Hispanic serving institution as well as an Anapeasy institution, and we have a wide range of students from all backgrounds here. We also have a number of student centers to serve our diverse population, as noted here. Next slide. Okay, so I only had 5 slides, so we put 2 reasons on this slide. Number 3, students said small class sizes, and they said we get to know and learn directly from professors in their fields. I attended a large research institution when I was undergrad, and I can see there's definitely a difference in terms of class size and contact with faculty here on campus. And so our student government identified that as the number 3 reason to choose Cal State East Bay. Number 2 is that they welcome being part of a large first-generation college student community. Approximately 62% of our undergraduate students are first-gen in college, and they are proud of being known for their grit, their hustle, and their hard work for an undergraduate degree. So I've listed here our most popular majors. We are ACSB accredited for those business students who need to find that. And we have classes available in a variety of majors here. This is just some of them. Next slide. And the top reason We're in the heart of the San Francisco Bay Area, and where else would you want to be? Um, on this map, Hayward is the city that our main campus is located in, and that's the red star. And we are close to Oakland and Berkeley, close to San Francisco, and close to Silicon Valley. Our climate is mild year round. It's sunny in the summer and a little gray and a little rainy in the winter, but it's never really cold. And we only get hot weather a little bit in the late summer, early fall. There are 3 airports in the Bay Area. The closest one is in Oakland, and that is really a 20-minute drive max. And you can grab a Southwest flight and travel up and down the West Coast while you're here very easily. And then if you want to get around California beyond the Bay, we're driving distance to Lake Tahoe, Yosemite, the coast to visit Santa Cruz, Monterey, or even go all the way down to Southern California. So that is a very quick overview of Cal State East Bay. I do have a student with me today who's joined the session and will be available to talk to students during breakouts if you'd like to stay. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, Kelly. And just a few notes about tuition options at Cal State East Bay. Cal State East Bay does accept students on home tuition. You know what that means. I've talked about it a couple of times. And the chance of placement, again, for students that are planning their exchange a little further out for next academic year, is excellent. Kelly accepts about 80% of applicants on home tuition. Cal State East Bay also operates on host tuition, so if that may be an option for you too. Tuition is just under $4,000 a semester, plus room and board and fees and things like that. And this is also an open campus, meaning if you're able and willing to do host tuition, they will accept you as long as you're eligible. And like CSUN, unless Kelly wants to correct me, you are still open for students that want to do NSE for spring 2026. East Bay is still open on host tuition until October 15th. Thank you so much, Kelly. Now we're going to head a little further north. I didn't make note of the highways. I'm sorry, Hope. We want to go to Sonoma, California. I think it's a couple hours away from Cal State East Bay. And I'd like to hand it over to Hope Ortiz to talk about Sonoma State University.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm Hope Ortiz, the Global Engagement Coordinator and National Student Exchange Coordinator here at Sonoma State University. Yeah, we're just about 50 miles north of San Francisco, so you can get to any of the Bay Area locations in about an hour and a half, which is really nice. California is great in general because we have so many great places to go visit no matter where you are in California. And so Sonoma County offers a lot of great opportunities locally, but also you can go to lots of other locations in California very easily, including a lot of our students love to go to Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, down to Los Angeles, even over to Hawaii, which is pretty easy from here. So we have really easy travel, lots of amazing places to see nearby. Sonoma State is a medium-sized campus. We're at about 5,500, a little over 5,500 students right now. And we are the only official California university that is a COPLAC, Council of Public and Liberal Arts Colleges, which means we really value high-impact, student-centered experiences for our students. And so we also have really great faculty to student ratios. Most of our classes are around 25 students, which is really great. And we're also, of course, at California State University. We're located in Sonoma County, not in the town of Sonoma, but in Sonoma County, where, of course, is known for wine country and lots of other beautiful views, which I'm going to get into soon. So next slide, please. So some highlights about our campus. One thing that I really like about our program specifically, so I coordinate all of our exchange programs, our outbound programs. I work really closely with our international student coordinator. And so we actually blend our national student exchange and international student populations together, which I think creates a really welcoming and dynamic experience for our visiting students to get to know not only Sonoma State students and other national student exchange students, but other students from all over the world. And so we do lots of events throughout the semester to bring that community together. So there's some pictures here of like our International Friendsgiving potluck and a trip to the river and lots of other fun things, which I'll also have more pictures for in a second. NSE students also get priority registration, which is really nice at Sonoma State University. And they have opportunities to do all kinds of other, like I said, really impactful opportunities like internships, service learning, working on campus, working off campus, lots of jobs for students, and really trying to get the most out of your college experience. Next slide, please. Of course, one of our biggest campus highlights, and if you ask, I was a summer orientation leader back when I was a student here for 3 years, 4 years actually, and I always asked my group of students why they chose Sonoma, and one of the top reasons was always our residential halls. We have nationally ranked residential halls. They're apartment styles, and where you have a flat that you share with 4 to 6 or so other students. A lot of times you have your own room or share a room with one person, your own bathroom, full kitchen and living room, fully furnished and everything, and really nice residential hall areas. So really great community opportunities there, lots of like pools and things like that. But very, very comfortable, which is great because we do require our NSE students to live on campus, but part of that is just because our off-campus housing is so competitive. It makes it a lot easier for students to live on campus. We have notable programs in business in general. We're AACSB accredited, but we're one of the few wine business programs in the world. And so, of course, being in wine country, that's one of the things we're well known for. We also have really strong programs in psychology and education. And we are a Hispanic serving institution as well. We have a few rankings there. You know, everyone else, one of the other main reasons that students say they come to Sonoma is just we have a beautiful campus. We have a lot of greenery, a lot of space, lawns, and things for students to be and play and like doing student things. And we have a great graduation rate for students. We're one of the top value institutions in the West. So, so really great stuff there. And then that one photo of the concert hall, we have the Green Music Center, which is a world-class music center. We get all kinds of different performances there. The top one this ending of the summer, beginning of the school year was Weird Al, which was interesting. But we also just had Molly Shannon here yesterday to do a Women in Talks presentation. So if you're familiar with SNL, so lots of diversity in terms of our music and speaker scene. Next slide, please. So one of the important things at Sonoma State is, I don't know why that one picture is blurry, that's bothering me. Something at Sonoma State that's very important to us is our sense of place. We put a lot of emphasis in terms of who we are and where we are in the community and in the region. And so we really make an effort to help students experience that when they're here at Sonoma State. So part of our student ambassadors, they help students get out and view the local area. We have lots of great little towns nearby that you can go explore, rivers, the coast. One of my students went to Bodega Bay last weekend and saw whales, which is really cool. And we have lots of hiking, you know, our mountain ranges since we are in a valley. So we're very like outdoor nature oriented in a lot of ways, but there's also lots of other fun things to do as well. Again, you can see that concert venue, the Green Music Center down at the bottom, lots of shows there. We have a ton, every single town has a farmer market, so you can go to almost a farmer's market almost any day of the week and get local produce. So it's really an amazing place to be. Next slide, please. So these are just some quick facts about Sonoma State. We're fairly new, founded in 1961. We're Seawolves, one of 3 NSE campuses that are the Seawolves. Ours, of course, is based off of the Jack London book, though, The Seawolf. And we are, like many other campuses, majority female. We also have a very high first-generation student population, a very high a financial aid receiving population. So we really try to make sure our students are successful. We have tons of resources on campus, writing center, lots of tutoring, Lots of resources, Career Center. We have a huge hub, which is stands for Honoring Uniting Building, which brings our different communities together. They have space for each of our different community organizations, like our Black Student Union, our LGBT club, our undocumented students, just a lot of different great organizations there. We have a high residential campus. A lot of our students live on campus, and we can guarantee pretty much campus housing as long as students submit everything on time. And a vast majority of our students live like within a 5-mile radius of campus. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Maybe one more slide? No, that's you.
Yeah, I'll talk about tuition at Sonoma State. So Hope's campus does accept students on home tuition. The chance of placement on home tuition is about 80% historically. They also operate on host tuition, where the tuition rate is quite affordable at $4,531 a semester, plus room board fees, etc. And this is also an open campus on host tuition. So all eligible students should be accepted on that tuition plan. On home if for students looking at spring 2026, Sonoma State is still accepting on home tuition. They indicate that they're limited, so maybe a couple of spots left for spring 26 until October 10th, and they are open for on host payment until October 10th for spring 26 on host payment. So we'll stop by and speak to Hope a little bit later and maybe open up the breakout rooms if you have questions. But we're going to move a little further north and a little bit east to Chico, California. Katie, would you mind telling us about your campus?
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Daywalker. I'm here in Northern California in sunny Chico, California. And our university is a public medium-sized four-year university. It's a residential campus. So we do have most students living within a 5 to 10 minute walk or bike ride of campus. There's tons of independent private housing right around campus, as well as our student housing. And we have a really small faculty to student ratio. So most of our students end up in classes where they get to know their faculty quite well. So a lot of really personal relationships that form on campus. And we are in the beautiful Sacramento Valley. We can see the Sierra Nevada mountains in the distance, and we're going to talk in a minute about some of the beautiful places that you can access as a student here. What draws a lot of students to Chico is that it's very affordable, so you can come study in California and afford it. So the current estimate is that we're 40% less expensive than the California average, so students can find affordable housing right next to campus. We are a Hispanic serving institution, and we have been so since 2014. So we have a 38% Latinx population currently. And with that, I'll talk about our student support in a minute. But I also just want to highlight, we have a really beautiful campus. You can see some photos here. We have these beautiful red brick buildings. It's really lush with trees. We have a creek running through campus, and it's our campus is also designated as an arboretum. So there's over 100 different varieties of trees. We also have an 800-acre student farm, which includes a dairy unit, a sheep unit, organic vegetable production, orchards, a lot going on out there. And we have an ecological reserve where students are able to go do internships and research that's over 7,000 acres. You can go next slide. So student life is a really big deal here at Chico State. You can see from these photos, students are on campus, they're really involved. Our campus abuts the downtown, so with 2 or 3 minute walk, you can go from campus to downtown and back. We have over 200 student organizations on campus, so whatever your interest is, we can find something for you to get involved. I'll tell you more about our Adventure Outings program in a moment that helps you get outside in Northern California. We have volunteering programs on campus that help you do anything from a one-day volunteering to volunteering consistently throughout the semester. And I'll tell you more about the Well and the Rec in a moment. We have several affinity centers on campus as well. So depending on how you identify, you might find your community here through those opportunities. So we have a Black Student Success Center. We have El Centro for our Latinx students. We have an Apadeas Center for our Asian Pacific Islander students. We also have a Dream Center to support any students with varying immigration statuses, Safe Zone. So We have a little something for everyone here. We also have really strong first generation support. Like many of our CSUs, we have a really large population of first gen students here at Chico State. And so we do a lot of work and outreach to support them as well. And I'm going to skip the tuition part right for now because I know David will talk about that at the end. So here's a sample of our colleges and programs open to NSE students. So you can see we have a lot of different areas you can study here. Our advanced manufacturing and applied robotics program is new, and it's got some incredible offerings there. A lot of our construction management and engineering offerings you can say there are very popular. Some of them have scholarships, so students don't actually pay any tuition to participate in them. And most of them have a 100% employment rate post-graduation. We have a wide variety of studio art courses here. And I just love to highlight our College of Ag students get to work on the farm. There are other opportunities for other students to work out there as well. And then there's a lot of students going out to do research on that ecological preserves that I mentioned as well. Next slide. All right, this is a little sneak peek of our rec and well. I will say when I gave a tour to our students who are international and national student exchange students this semester, at the end of it, one of them said, Chico State's like a resort. And 3 of them have already started working on trying to transfer to Chico. So that's kind of funny to see. We have this beautiful fitness gym, though, the rec, the Wildcat Recreation Center with a full gym, lots of classes, a beautiful accessible pool. It's actually wheelchair accessible, a climbing wall, and then our adventure outings program is based there as well. We also have something called the Well that's in our student union. So this is a space just for students. Faculty and staff aren't allowed to go in there. And there are nap pods, massage chairs, hydro massage, yoga, Pilates, sound baths, all of these different pieces. There's also prayer spaces, and there's also an ablution station now for foot washing before prayer. And so it's just an incredible resource for students to refresh themselves and kick back and take care of themselves in between their studying. They sometimes have goats and dogs there and things too. So lots of different resources for students. We can go to the next slide. All right, and the last thing I want to highlight here is our adventure outings program. So as you've heard from all of our folks in California, there is so much to do in California. It's an incredible state. So at Chico State, we have the Adventure Outings program, which takes you on trips from one-day to multi-day trips all over California. And at this little map, you can see some of the places that are super accessible from Chico State. There's a national park, Lassen Volcanic National Park, go to Sacramento, Lake Tahoe, and then you can head down to some of the other places we've heard about, Oakland, Santa Cruz, big destinations. And this program will rent all of your gear for you at a low cost and help you get to these locations, right? If you don't have a car, you can carpool. They do all kinds of training and clinics, kayaking, swiftwater rescue, first aid response. We also have a new program, which is teaching students how to do technical tree climbing. This is only one of 2 in the country. So if you want to go to that QR code, you can watch Nate Farrington, who runs this program, climbing a giant sequoia. We have a bike hub on campus that offers super cheap bike repair and maintenance for students, and they do a bike auction twice a year as well. So you can get some cheap wheels to get around Chico. It's super flat here. It's really easy to bike around once you get a bike. So that's what I'll leave it at today. I hope you will consider coming to join us in Chico. We are just so proud to be Wildcats, and we love welcoming visitors here to Chico State.
Thank you, Katie. So just a rundown of the tuition options at Cal State Chico. Chico does accept students on home tuition. The chance of placement is good, about 66% historically. So if you're limited to home pay only, chance of placement is good. This is a campus also that accepts students on host tuition. Tuition rate is $4,448 a semester, and the chance of placement is open, meaning they'll accept all eligible students on host tuition. And this campus, Cal State Chico, is open on host pay for spring 2026 all the way until November 30th. I would encourage you to maybe apply sooner than that so you can get everything lined up, but it is great that this campus has the flexibility to accept students until November 30th. So
David,
thanks a lot.
Can I add a quick thought to that?
Yep.
Our NSE students do get priority course registration, which will open mid-October.
Gotcha.
So we can accept students later in the semester, but like David said, it's really helpful to apply sooner so you can get access to that priority course registration.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Katie. All right. We're going to head about 3 hours inland southwest of Chico to Incline Village, Nevada. Henry, tell us more about your campus.
Hi, I'm Henry Conover, and I'm the NSE coordinator here at the University of Nevada, Reno at Lake Tahoe. We're actually a small mountain campus that was formerly Sierra Nevada University, and we were acquired by the University of Nevada, Reno back in July of 2022. I believe President Sandoval called us the crown jewel of the campus of UNR now. It really is a breathtaking place. And thank you all my counterpart California schools who've referenced going to Lake Tahoe. And the recent picture that we had shows exactly where we are, right on the border between Nevada and California. Our school in Incline Village is really less than a mile from the actual shoreline of Lake Tahoe. So we are easily within walking distance. We are a small campus, and we also do the priority registration for our students who are part of NSE. And so you get to register with all the seniors for that semester when you are actually enrolling. If we could go to the next slide. Actually, one of the greatest things about Lake Tahoe and our campus is the adventures that you get to experience outside of the classroom. I think if we're being honest, obviously the academics are a huge reason why you're going to go to a campus. I think the second, maybe most compelling reason, or it depends if you're going to maybe the University of Hawaii, is location. And the University of Nevada, Reno at Lake Tahoe is just an amazing place where outside the classroom you can experience just all the adventures that you could possibly want. We have world-class ski resorts that are literally within 35 miles of our campus. The closest one is probably about 5 minutes, Diamond Peak. It's a great resort, Palisades, North Star, Heavenly's out in South Lake Tahoe. So we have lots of great ski resorts if you're interested in that. You can go paddleboarding on the lake. We have hiking trails throughout the Tahoe area, snowshoeing, mountain biking, rock climbing, anything outdoors recreationally that you would want to do. We definitely have that to take advantage of in your free time. If we go to the next slide. So one of the things that's great about our campus is that we're an immersive hands-on learning environment. And so literally our faculty have the advantage and the privilege that they can literally walk outside the classroom right on our campus into nature. So the photo you see on the right with the trees, that's literally a picture of our campus where faculty can take students right outside. We also have a creek that runs through our campus, and many of our environmental systems course instructors will take classes out to the creek, grab a test tube, take it right back to the lab, and work on whatever project that they're working on. And so it's an amazing opportunity. We have very small class sizes in our campus, so you do get that very hands-on, one-on-one interaction with your instructors as well as the other students, and really building a tight-knit community. If we could go to the next slide, please. So one of the things about our programs in academics is that they are very much unique just being in the environment that we're in. We do have courses that range from ceramics to sustainability, journalism, environmental science. We have it all. We do provide a program that we just developed this past year and a half, a sustainability certificate. So you can come and actually the semester that you're attending while you're coming from NSE would be to get a sustainability certificate, which is something that we find very much growing the whole green movement. So if that's something that you're interested in, this could be a great opportunity. Something new that we're adding for this next year is an art and environment certificate. And you'll be able to supplement your degree, maybe something that you want to complement your degree with for art. And then lastly, we have a KUNR journalism studio. It's the only public media reporting hub in the Tahoe region, and it's going to be starting in the fall of 26 as well, right on our campus. So we're excited about that. Lots of different things to take advantage of on our campus. And if we could go to the next slide. Lastly, I would just say live and learn in Lake Tahoe. It really is a majestic place. I drive this home every day, not the actual walkway. There's a road actually just to the left of it. And it's sometimes dangerous because you're wanting to look out at the lake as you're driving home and you got to pay attention. But literally, our location is where art, science, and the environment meet, and it's just an amazing place. So we would love to have you join us if this is something that you're interested in. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you so much, Henry. Just a quick note about UNR Lake Tahoe is they are available on host tuition. Their tuition rate is $5,176 a semester, plus room board fees, etc. And this is also an open campus, meaning as long as you're eligible and have approval from your home institution, you will be accepted by this campus. And I will note also that if you want to spend spring 2026 at UNR at Lake Tahoe, they are open still, actually until November 30th as well. So thank you so much, Henry, for presenting and telling us more about your campus.
Thanks.
All right. Now the road trip gets a little more serious. We have a 14-hour drive all the way to Gunnison, Colorado, but it's a beautiful drive. I'd like to welcome Marla to tell us more about Western Colorado University.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it. Thanks everyone for being here. Like you said, I'm Marla and have lived in the county for 35 years. I'm a lucky one. When you think Colorado, you think of the mountains, and Gunnison is in the heart of the mountains where it's over, I think it's about 7,300, 7,700 feet in elevation. We have a 228-acre campus, and we are surrounded by 2 million acres of wilderness and national forest and all that stuff. So that's what we are. And we were the first college on the western slope of Colorado. We average about 3,000 students, undergraduate students, and we're a 4-year public liberal arts university. We're a Division II sport. We have 13 teams, and we have the highest collegiate gymnasium in the world, and that is printed very large, so we intimidate anyone who comes in here. You think Mile High is high, we're almost double what Mile High is. So next slide. Gunnison is about 4 hours from Denver. We're 30 miles from Crested Butte with skiing at the Crested Butte Mountain Resort and 45 minutes from Monarch Ski Area. There's a free shuttle that goes up and down between Crested Butte and Gunnison. I take it about 90% of the days I come to work at Western. We also have a pretty inexpensive times a day trip to Denver if you want to fly into Denver. Gunnison also has a regional airport. Regarding NSE, cars are allowed on campus. We have free parking on campus. But as a resort community, our rental areas are limited and very expensive. So we require all NSE students to be on campus. We're a safe community with only like 15,000 residents. We don't have a huge crime rate. And so we have a very safe campus with 24-hour notification and safe walk and stuff like that. Next slide. We call it elevated education. So we have about 110 areas of study and 18-to-1 faculty to student ratio. Probably you would imagine are some of our notable degree programs center around our surroundings. So we have an outdoor environmental and education and exercise and sports science. So a lot of them go to work for Forest Service and private outfitters and things like that. Our sports science, they have a HAP lab, which is our high altitude performance lab. So they can test your fitness level in the lab, or they can just take you up to Mount Crested Butte at 9,000 feet and really test your capacity. Our environmental studies and sustainability is obviously another big one, surrounded by 2 million acres of things to investigate. Geology is big. We are in a very diverse rocky region of the Rockies. We're located near high desert, but also a mountain climate too. So our geology, you can also get a secondary licensure in earth science. So you can teach earth science to high school and middle school level with that licensure. Business administration is a big one with environmental. We probably have different certifications, including environmental. We have a lot of recreation students that double major in business, which is kind of an interesting combination too. Adventures, 2 million acres. I probably don't really need to say more. Everything you could possibly do outside. I was driving over past a couple of springs ago and they were actually taking kayaks down the side of a mountain. So sometimes we just invent sports when we're bored. In the snow, I think they were old beat up kayaks, but it was pretty fun to watch. Every hike, every walk, every bike ride, tremendous views everywhere. We have a wilderness pursuits, we have a lot of student led events you can go to, ice climbing down by Ouray, rock climbing just a few miles away. So never, even though we're cold in the winter, we'll still find things for you to do. Next slide. But don't worry, we do things inside too. So I think, like I said, it's a small community, very close knit, kind of a unique mountain town. Regarding campus life, clubs, we have tutoring, writing center. We have mountain sport teams. They do Nordic, mountain biking, all that kinds of stuff like that. We are 2 blocks about from downtown Gunnison, 2 blocks from the major grocery store, 2 blocks from the hospital. The hospital teams up with the campus. So we have both a mental health clinic and a medical clinic right on campus. We'll move on. Next slide. A couple things. We also really, really love festivals here and dressing up. Last weekend was our fall festival up in Crested Butte called Vinnetalk. We like to have a lot of pagan festivals. That one ends with a big bonfire in the middle of town. In the spring, we have Flushing, which is the flushing out of winter for spring. We have Nordic ski races. It's very well known for the alley loop ski race, where you race around the alleys and streets of Crested Butte. Cattleman's Days in the Crested Butte. It is the longest continuous running rodeo in America. We have Mountain Word Literary Festival in May. And this week, Crested Butte is hosting the Crested Butte Film Festival, which has been rated one of the top film festivals in the country. And they premiered the festival yesterday on campus at the theater in campus with the Lost Wolves of Yellowstone. And I heard it was phenomenal. So we are small but mighty, and we'd love to have you come and see Western. And I think that's it.
Thanks so much,
David.
Marla. Just a few notes about tuition options. So Western Colorado does operate on home tuition, where students continue to pay their home campus tuition. And the chance of placement on home tuition is actually open, 100%. Western Colorado typically accepts all applicants that request home tuition. Same with host tuition. And the tuition rate here is $7,496 a semester on host tuition. And this campus, for anybody looking for a spring 2026 exchange destination, is still open on either tuition plan until October 1st. So act fast. All right, thank you so much, Marlo. Now we have another long drive ahead of us as we head about 13 hours north to Bozeman, Montana. And I'd like to introduce Emily Mason to talk more about Montana State.
Hi, everybody. Emily Mason with Montana State University. We're home of the Bobcats. MSU is located in Southwest Montana. We have a little over 15,000 undergraduate students and 2,000-ish graduate students. Students can choose to live on campus or off campus, and I've had NSE students coming in doing one or the other, and they all seem happy with their choice. The airport is about 20 minutes away, so it's pretty easy to get to and from the airport from campus. We're just under a mile to downtown, so it's an easy walk or bike ride. Or if you have a car, you could drive. There's Ubers and things like that. And then Yellowstone is about 2.5 hours away. Glacier National Park is 5 or 6 hours away. Teton National Park is about 4. And students go to those 3 places. There are lots of state parks along the way. Um, and in the fall, students typically come to learn to fly fish. They'll backpack, kayak, raft, hike, rock climb, all those fun things. And in the spring, the big draw is skiing. And of course, in either semester, taking really good classes with exceptional faculty. Next slide, please. We have over 250 academic programs, so there's really something for everybody. I get a lot of students coming in to do conservation, biology, ecology, business, engineering. We do, I believe, have the only snow science program in the country. And then students just, any academic major is welcome. There are a couple of closed programs, so you can go to our profile and see what is either limited or closed. I've had students come in and have some really amazing research opportunities in labs on campus. We're an R1 research institution. Next slide, please. And yeah, there are lots of fun events in the fall. We have football, and that's kind of the big event, along with all the outdoor activities. In the spring, we've got the powwow, we've got the rodeo. There's Rail Jam, which is an on-campus event where they build a big rail where students can use their snowboard or skis, and it's like a big party out in the field with hot cocoa and music. It's super fun. Yeah, in the rodeo in the spring, they completely transform the basketball court into a rodeo that's indoors. It's pretty remarkable how they do that. So that's super fun. And next slide, please. Yeah, and Bridger Bowl is where most students go ski. There's a free bus that picks students up from the middle of campus and takes them up to the mountain. It's about 16 miles away from downtown. And we've got a almost brand new wellness center that opened a year or two ago with a large climbing wall. There's all sorts of exercise equipment. There's a pool with a lazy river, and they host movie nights that you can watch the movie in the pool with your pool noodle. There's the Bozeman Hot Springs is just maybe a 10-minute drive from campus. And that's a really nice place to chill out at the hot springs. And we have lots of very active intramurals. And then we have the outdoor rec where students can go on trips, they can rent gear. And that's a great place to get involved if students want to have kind of an outdoor experience. Next slide, please. And then we have some community events. There's the Christmas stroll, the end of the fall semester, where they close down the main street downtown and they set up these crazy looking decorations at each intersection that kind of look like giant spider webs. Santa goes down Main Street in his sleigh, and they sing Christmas carols at each of the intersections. That's super fun. And then there are lots of vendors and food. And then in the spring, in the fall, there's the Run for Your Life, which is a fundraiser for the Help Center, and students are very involved in that, and they wear costumes, and it's a really fun event. And then the Run to the Pub on St. Patrick's Day in March. And then the M Trail is very close, along with a lot of other hiking trails nearby. Next slide. I think that's it. So if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to get in touch with me, and anytime, happy to answer your questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Emily. Montana State does accept students on both home tuition at about a 90% acceptance rate, as well as host tuition. Their tuition is posted here, and they're an open school on host tuition. This campus still has a few spaces on home tuition for spring 26 until October 1st, and available also on host tuition also until October 1st. So thanks so much, Emily. And we're running short on time. So Mindy, I'm going to have you try to speak quickly, and I apologize for for cutting you off. But I'd like to introduce Mindy May from University of Montana.
Hello, I'm Mindy May, and I'm a career coach and National Student Exchange Coordinator here at the University of Montana. And we are the Grizzlies. We were established in 1893, a public four-year university, and with around 11,000 students. The airport is only 10 minutes away from campus, and you can take our public transportation to the airport, which is a very handy free opportunity for students. We're located in the hub of 5 valleys, which means 5 different mountain ranges surround us. And so lots of recreational opportunities within our area, plus the junction of 3 rivers. So there's water, there's skiing, lots of fun recreation. University facts, we have 175 academic programs. We're an R1 research institution, and my thing is being blocked, so I can't see what what the bottom line says, but this other information is there was 592 first generation students and 817 Native Americans here on our campus, as well as 397 veterans that are enrolled, and that's just hot off the press just today. So that's good news. And the ratio of student to faculty is 13:1, which is very nice. Then you have more individualized attention. Next slide, please. Our student life, some of the fun things that we have, we offer over 150 clubs, lots of options, and some students, if they don't find something they like, they can start a club. We have a tradition that's called the Forester's Ball, which is a great time. The gym transforms into an old frontier town, and they have country dancing and just a great time. One of the things, the Peace Corps has recognized our campus for being a volunteer campus, and we have lots of volunteering opportunities that we're proud of. Hiayo Powwow, offered in April, is an opportunity to experience the Native American culture. Holistic well-being, we do focus on taking care of the student holistically and offer well-being coaches embedded into the different departments around campus, as well as events and activities to help students relax and feel engaged and belong. The next thing is living learning communities within our residential halls, different groups that students can join so that they automatically have someone that they can connect with. Athletics, 15 NCAA sports that we offer, as well as club and intramural sports. One of our new club sports is pickleball. We're going to be competitive, which is exciting. Our rec center, we also have rentals, as many of the other institutions have mentioned. So if they want to go camping, floating, whatever their interests are, they can rent that equipment in a very affordable fashion at our rec center. Also, right out our back door, we have this Mount Sentinel, which has the great trail straight up the mountain, well, zigzags up the switchback up the mountain to the M. And so good workout right out our back door. Our community life, lots of fun things to do. Glacier and Yellowstone parks. Yellowstone Park is about 4 hours away. Glacier is only about 2.5 hours. I mentioned recreation, but we also in our community have music and culture offered. And we also have a baseball team here, Paddleheads. It's offered through the Pioneer League. Several different farmers markets are offered here in our community. Great opportunity to associate with lots of diverse people here in our area. Also a thriving downtown, great opportunity to see a variety of shopping and experiences. I mentioned the free public transportation, which is awesome here in our area to get you from one place to another across our community. And with the mountains, we offer lots of hiking trails. So next slide, please. Some notable campus programs you can see off to the side: forestry, law, journalism, pharmacy, physical therapy, wildlife biology, business, and Native American studies. Our law schools and business schools have been distinguished. Journalism, 7th in the nation by Hearst Journalism Awards, and 3rd for photojournalism. We're also a world's premier location for fire sciences. Pharmacy is the only program of its kind in Montana, and that we offer a new degree called Entertainment, Events, and Sports Management. And we also have a connection with Wilderness and Civilization program. It's 18 credits that is outdoor discovery. And those are some programs that are on our NSE website. So I wanted to highlight those. And then finally, #1 wildlife biology program in North America. And you can see from the photos, there's highlighting different things like that. Campus resources, we just opened the new lodge. It's a dining hall, opened in 2024. There's 7 micro restaurants within the facility. There's 2 different dining plans for students to choose from. Housing, we have 8 different resident halls, free laundry, in dorms. And we also have Lewis and Clark Villages, which is off campus just a little bit, but hop on our U-Dash transportation system, easy to get to campus. Curry Health Center offers a relaxation station for students with massage chairs and different supports for well-being. I mentioned the coaches and then also counseling. And finally, experiential learning and career success. We can help explore and prepare students for their different career paths, enhance their skill set, and embark on their journey. Next slide, please. And our motto is inclusive prosperity. And what that means is that we're just trying to create opportunities and well-being to ensure that everyone, regardless of their background, geography, or life circumstances, has access to education, meaningful work, and the ability to thrive. And these are some photos of different aspects of our campus. And I'd love to visit with you in the breakout session if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mindy. Just a quick few notes on University of Montana tuition options. They do accept students on home tuition, where the chance of placement is excellent, about 87% acceptance rate. So, and they also operate on host tuition. Their tuition is $4,594 a semester, and they're an open school on host payment. Host tuition, meaning you'll be accepted as long as you're eligible. This school is still available on home tuition and host tuition until September 30th. So deadline is coming up. Apply now if you are interested. Thank you so much to all of our presenters. I know that we ran long. I am going to share just a couple of information for students that are here. What's next? Well, first of all, it's important for students to connect with their home campus NSE coordinator. You can do that on the NSE website. Just click that request info button. You also can also start your application at any time. Just click apply now. Now is the application deadline for spring 2026. For those looking at next academic year, fall 26 and or spring 27, the priority application deadlines are in February. If you have more questions about NSE, we do weekly info sessions. You can sign up for those on the NSE website, as well as if you are interested in more of these road trip sessions to hear from other campuses from across the NSE consortium, you can sign up for those on the NSE website as well. Just click virtual fairs to see those. We really appreciate your time. We're not going to have time for breakout rooms, unfortunately, today, although we will stick around if anybody does want to talk. You'll get an email from me actually with some follow-up instructions, some reminders about what we talked about today. And I know many of these coordinators are willing to talk with prospective students, so I can put you in touch with them as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to the presenters. I really appreciate the time, and I hope you enjoyed the first session of the NSE road trip. There we go. Thank you, Deborah, for closing us off.
Better stop that recording